I'm going to share with you the 5 Bible verses that will make me a millionaire. This is the foundation that you need to succeed. It's like the Windows on a PC or the iOS on an iPhone. Then I'm going to show you how to start using it to make money. And that's like installing apps on your phone so you enjoy it. So buckle up as we go on this car journey to be a millionaire. And the reason I'm saying this more specifically is because the 5 Bible verses I'm going to talk about in today's video are sort of like going on a car journey. In order to go on this car journey to become a millionaire, I understand that there are different components. The first thing we need to go on this successful car journey is the mindset / the intention. And this is where the first Bible verse comes into it. Most people have the wrong mindset and have the wrong intentions, and this is why they don't ever make anywhere near the kind of money they desire to make, because their mindset and their intention are all in the wrong place. In order for you to make a lot of money and to do it with integrity, you need to change the mindset which most people have. Most people are self-centered and focus on themselves. But if you want to make more money, you need to focus on helping more people and other people other than yourself. And this is where the first verse comes into it, because it's Mark chapter 9 verse 33 to 35. Look at what it says. It says, "And he came to Capernaum," speaking about Jesus, "and being in the house, he asked them, 'What was it that you were arguing about, disputing about among yourselves by the way?'" So they were having this argument about something specifically, and Jesus is now calling them on it. Like, what was it that you were fighting about when you were coming on the journey? "They held their peace," it says, "for by the way they had disputed," they were arguing among themselves, "who should be the greatest." So just before we continue, think about how we translate this to becoming a millionaire, making a lot of money. How do we make more money? How do we make more money? How can we be the best financially, etc.? They're arguing about who's the best. Notice what this verse says next though. In verse 35 it says, "And he sat down and called the 12. He called his 12 disciples, and he said unto them, 'If any man desire to be first, the same shall be last of all and servant of all.'" So as we go on this car ride journey to millionaire status, the first Bible verse that I'm going to be using is this one right here. And I'm going to be having the mindset and intention to serve, not just to be served. You see, Jesus's point here is that in order to ascend, you need to humble yourself. Now this is contrary to the main sort of thinking and ideology that is spread out to most people to hear. You see, it sounds contradictory, but it's so powerful. And in order to increase, you must decrease. And a great example I can think of is like a slingshot. Imagine you want the slingshot to go extremely far, right? So you pull the slingshot as far back as possible. Why? Because the further back you pull the slingshot, the more trajectory it has to go forward. This is what it's like when it comes to making money. Most people are so focused on themselves, and the equivalent to that is putting the slingshot back a little bit. In order for me to ascend and to get bigger and bigger and bigger and greater, I need to serve more people. That is like pulling the slingshot way back, so it has much more trajectory to go into the future. So in order to go on the car ride, the first step you need is to have an intention of the mindset, right? I want to go on the car ride. That's why you're watching this video. Intention, mindset is significant. And when you think about the car, that leads me to the second verse that I'm going to be using to become a millionaire. And that is in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11 to 12. Notice what this says. "And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you." And the next verse tells you what happens when you do all these things mentioned in verse 11. It says that you're able to walk honestly to them that are without, right? To people, unbelievers, etc., whoever you're doing business with, and you may have lack of nothing. So if you want to be able to deal with integrity with everybody and not to lack anything, you need to do the things he mentioned in the previous verse. And in the previous verse, we understand what our vehicle to millionaire status is. Do your own business. But as you do your own business, study to be quiet and work with your own hands. You see, if you study millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires, etc., they all have one thing in common. They all have a business. Study to be quiet. What is that? That's focus. Do your own business. Focus on your business and work with your own hands. Get stuck in to your business and study to be quiet. You see, if my business is going to make me a millionaire and beyond, I can't be more focused on other people's lives and being so focused on all this gossip which is out in the world. I need to be focused on my business in order for that business to serve many people, in order for me to get the reach and revenue that I know my business should have. You see, most people won't tell you this because it's one of those truths that hurts. Most people are not going to become a millionaire working a 9 to 5. This is why you should start a business ASAP if you haven't already. And if you started a business, take it more seriously as time goes on. Just think about those 3 things. Focus, study to be quiet. Do your own business, have a business, and work with your hands. Get stuck in. Don't be so focused on other people's lives and other people's journeys. Focus in on your life and your journey and watch what happens as you continue to work with your own hands. The third thing we need in our business is to be unique, or to truly embrace our God-given identity. And this is something which so many people shy away from, when in fact, this is what can help you stand out in a crowded place and actually ascend. So for example, think about people all go to this particular party, right? And they're all wearing like a white t-shirt. But then you have one individual who's wearing a red t-shirt. Merely because everybody else is wearing a white t-shirt and this person's wearing a red t-shirt, they stand out. It's obvious for everybody to see that this person is different. Then all of the people who prefer a red shirt other than a white shirt are going to gravitate towards that individual. And the great thing about this is, I say this from time to time, I've mentioned this in a couple of different videos in the past, right? We are all blessed with a unique set of fingerprints, right? It's our unique identifier. This is what makes me me and what makes you you. Now, most of the programming out there by the system actively taking all nowhere, wants you to believe that you are not valuable, that there's nothing special about you. But I promise you, your unique identity is like a special seasoning that you put on a meal, which just takes it to a whole nother level. The more you think about businesses which are successful, the more you realize that they all have something unique about them, which separates them. And the passage I'm using for this example is Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 to 27, because this is the beginning and this is where it all starts. God has been trying to get us to realize from the very beginning that we are special. God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So basically, God created man to dominate, to have dominion over his assignment. So God created man in his image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. What you need to realize is that you are made in the image of God. You are special. You are unique. There's nobody before who's ever been like you. There's nobody living right now who is exactly like you. And there will be no one in the future who will be ever like you. And it's important for us to embrace that. Embrace your unique identity and sprinkle your unique identity over your business. Those are the things which will put your red t-shirt on in a crowd of people where everybody's scared to be who they are. That is what will separate you from other people, and then people will know to gravitate towards you. You see, it's not because I hate people that don't like the Bible. I just happen to be somebody who likes the Bible, in fact, loves the Bible. So as the Bible governed all of my life, when it comes to me teaching how to run a business, it only makes sense that I'm going to use the thing which has helped me in other areas of life, help me in this arena, especially when it can do so. It's not like I'm forcing the Bible into business. There's so much practical advice the Bible has which can help you in your business. So that's why I do this. Now, I'm obviously aware that some people hate the Bible so much, they won't listen to me. And that's fine. I'm also aware of the fact that there's people out there who like business and like the Bible and can get down enough with what I'm talking about to proceed listening to what I have to say. Now, number 4 is so important, and so many wealthy people do this. One of the first videos on this channel that I released was why 95%, it was talking about why 95% of people are poor and what the small percentage of people do who are rich, mega rich and successful. I break down a verse which is so significant, and I see so many people doing it. Christians, non-Christians, the principles I spoke about, and I mentioned this in a previous video, you don't have to be a Christian to utilize many of those principles. There are some which are specifically for Christians or believers, but many of them can be used even if you're not a Christian. And this is where number 4 comes into it. Number 4 is based on Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 to 16. I promise you, if you install this into your business, in fact, into every area of your life, it will continue to get better. But so many people don't do this. And this is one of the reasons why there's many evil people out there who are mega rich. Look at what this verse says. So it says, see then, so right, pay attention, that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. So what does this mean? This means, look, see that you walk circumspectly. To walk circumspectly is to walk, in simple terms, in a wise way. And then he says again, not as fools, but as wise. And then he shows you how to walk wise and how to avoid being a fool. In the next verse he says, as you can see, redeem the time. Now what does that mean? Redeeming is a concept which is mentioned all the way throughout the Bible, but it basically means to buy back, to rescue, to save it. So when you think about what this verse is saying here, the way in which to be wise is to buy back your time because the days are evil, meaning the days are difficult, hard, strenuous, etc. So if you want to make days easier for yourself, buy back your time, save your time, rescue from loss. What's one of the great ways that so many business owners are doing this, even the evil ones out there, and this is why they make so much money, they are paying people to do services for them in order to create more time in the day for them. You see, you don't have to be a Christian, you don't have to be a believer in the Bible to understand that I can buy back my time, and buying back my time is a wise thing because the day is difficult. So how can this look like? Well, for example, I'm recording this video, but I'm going to pay an editor to edit this video who's a much better editor than me and is skilled in that direction, but also helps me save the time. Now also, one of the major reasons why you watch this video was because the thumbnail that was designed, the image, caught your attention. I'm going to pay somebody to design that for me. Why? Because they're much more skilled than me at designing thumbnails. And also, I'm buying back my time. So imagine if I recorded this video, then I need to edit the video, then I need to design the thumbnail. I could do those things, but it's going to take much more time. Why would I do that when it's clearly telling me in the Bible that it's wise to buy back your time, to save your time, to rescue it? And when you do that, you're walking circumspectly, you're walking wisely. This 4th Bible verse here that we're speaking about now is the driver, it's the help. We're going on a car journey. We've got the intention, such the mindset. We've got the vehicle, the business. We're not going to be the ones driving the car ourselves. This is a mistake so many people make. They think, you know what, they're going to go it alone. No. In order to be successful, just like I mentioned with the first principle, the first Bible verse, the slingshot, you need to help loads of people. People need to help you too. So you get a driver. The driver in this analogy are all the people that you are paying to help you get to the destination that we're on in this car journey. Now we get down to the most significant of them all. And if you've been watching up until this point, thumbs up to you, because here is the ultimate gold. Now we all know that the 4 before, in order to go on a successful car journey, are all significant. But the 5th one is the most crucial. Yes, you need the mindset and an intention. Yes, you need a vehicle, obviously the car. Yes, you need to embrace your uniqueness, your unique and special abilities. Yes, you need someone to drive you there, which many people forget about and many people miss and are trying to drive and do all of the stuff themselves. That's why they crash and burn out in their business. The 5th thing that you need is the fuel. Without fuel, your car isn't going anywhere. Your car can be the best. You can have a driver who's been driving and is experienced. You can have all the intention and mindset in the world to go forward. But if your car is not fueled up with the right fuel, your business and anything you're doing along that journey is going to not even start. Proverbs chapter 8 verse 17 to 18 provides the fuel that I'm going to be using. This is the 5th Bible verse. Notice what it says. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. So this thing which I'm about to show you next, which is the fuel, you need to love and you need to seek for it from early in the morning. Notice what the next verse says. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. You see, this thing that is going to fuel your car to take you on this journey to a millionaire. You need to love, you need to seek for it religiously. It provides riches and it provides honor, but just not standard riches and honor, riches that don't expire, riches that don't run out. That's what we call generational wealth. And on top of this is riches and honor that comes along with righteousness. So we don't have to be rich or righteous. The way you do this biblically is to be rich and righteous. The fuel that you need to take you on this car journey to become a millionaire is wisdom. The more wisdom you use in your business, the bigger and better your business will be. I love wisdom. I pursue wisdom every single day. And I know, as this verse says, the more I pursue wisdom, the more I love wisdom. It's only a matter of time before more riches and more honor and more righteousness show up in my life. So like I said to start this video today is the foundational framework that you need. If you'd like to know how to start building on top of it, watch this video right here now, which will show you 5 ways to make money and replace your income. Go win, and God bless winners.